Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GSCS podcast. My name is Melakim, or in this case, Anotita, here with Ft.Scrib, Recoil, Scrib, Koala, and Jamez. This is the most amount of people we've had on a podcast since back in June. But besides for that, we have a lot of topics to talk about since we have a lot of people. Thank you everyone for joining the podcast. We have so much stuff, and then we're gonna start off with Koalabear. I had talked on the podcast that got released today, or technically when the time that people are seeing this, either yesterday or 2 days ago. And I had talked with Brody on the podcast, and we were talking about your position and everything. That was still when you were on Distinct Divinity. So, since you have came into the league this past week, month, or whatnot, you have first joined Exotics, left Exotics. I said Exotics. Exotic. Why did you leave Exotic?
For Exotic, well, first of all, they didn't even have a team. Like, I was literally the only player that was even ready to play. So, I just left because they weren't doing anything to do about it. So I just joined Annihilation from there.
Yeah, in Annihilation, you guys played in a scrimmage against Ft.Scrib. Both teams had a very good fight in that game. I know we have to have a lot more of the show matches coming up, but between Ft.Scrib and whatnot, but you ended up, not too long after, I think like 2 days after you joined Annihilation, you had pulled them into top 4 contention, just your presence being there. You had pulled Annihilation into top 4 contention for being barely even being a top 12 team in people's rankings. So, why did you end up leaving Annihilation?
I just left Annihilation just because, I don't know, it just seemed off for me. I don't know, I couldn't really play how I wanted, so
okay,
I left. And so, then I joined Distinct Divinity for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, me and a few other people had talked about this, and even me and Brody on the podcast had talked about this. You had joined Distinct Divinity. At first they were trying you out, I believe, for a sub position? Were they trying you out for a sub position?
They were trying me out for just in general. They didn't really specify.
Okay.
It could have been for a sub or normal, or just like starting.
Yeah, so, and then, you guys had played, Koalabear, I think might have been Cypher as well, and then someone else had played in the scrimmage against...
It was me, Caesar, and Evo.
But you guys played against Ft.Scrib, you guys ended up winning in that series. Caesar ended up leaving the team, and then trying out almost every team, I'm pretty sure, or talking with a lot of the teams, and then ended up going to the Blizzard Esports, Blizzard Frost, and then so now that he's there, you're the official starter of the team from what I understand. And then today you put out a message saying that you're gonna officially leave Team Distinct Divinity, and then you end up bringing in a team. So what's that all about? So can you just update me on that whole situation? You don't have to tell me why you left Distinct Divinity. It would be appreciated though. But you could also tell me about your team, what ranks are they? You personally think they have a very good chance of dominating in the league and whatnot?
I left Distinct Divinity, just there was no communication at all. I had no idea what was happening. So I just ended up just bringing my own team because we've been playing together for a little while and there's some pretty good chemistry going. And we're all high GC2-ish.
Alright.
So that's our ranks and whatever. But yeah, we have RLCS calls on Friday, so.
Yeah, that's right. RLCS calls are in a few days. That whole time, like, you and Caesar both, at one point were both free agents for, like, seconds, actually. But what is your mindset going into the season with your team?
I mean, we're here to win, bro. We ain't losing, not gonna lie. We're not dropping a match. We might drop a match, but we're not dropping a series, that's for sure.
You are going to be... Your team is officially in the league. I believe you guys have your roles and everything. You guys will be officially replacing Team Resolute. And good luck to you guys. I spoken with Brody yesterday. I want to bring this up just a little bit. If you might have to go. I don't know if you're going to have to go, but I want to bring this up before we move on to the next topic. I had spoken with Brody yesterday on the podcast and everything. I think I've mentioned it like a billion times. And we had spoken about who his biggest rival is and who he's like super excited to go up against every time that he's in the league. And he always mentions Koalabear. Ever since May, he's always said Koalabear is the person I've always wanted to compete against, and this and this and that. And he's like, now, like, every time he sees a Koalabear in the league, he's like, oh, dang, because he knows that he's got that competitor to go up against consistently, and that can be his rival, so.
What team is Brody on?
He's on Team Lunar, the former Ice Gaming squad.
Alright, well, tell him that Lunar's about to get swept, so.
I like to see the, I really want to see what happens in that series. Thank you, Koalabear, for having on the podcast. If you want to stay, we might have a few more questions for you a little bit later. But next, I want to talk with Scrib, the owner of the NULS and Naptown United. So, Scrib, you are the owner of Naptown United. You and Naptown are in this league, of course, and you guys just recently announced that you guys are going to split your North American team into two parts. One with Pink and the other with Cove. I think one has... I'm going to have to look, but I can't be sure now. But I know they're split up. Pink and Cove are split up. So what's your plan going into this, like, to have as much success as possible? And what led to this split of the rosters?
Well, it was mostly because we already had this Saturn roster. It just had two people sitting on it, so we really didn't have anything to do with it. So I just split up the roster between the two, and then we picked up 3 people, I believe. So then we could fill out that Saturn roster with Chatsu, Pink, and Rex, and then putting Slick as a sub, and our boy Fellow as a coach. And then we moved me, Frosty, Illusion, and Pink down to the Phoenix roster, just to have the most people in that we could without leaving anybody out.
Okay. And then that other roster, I know you played in a scrimmage against the team that a lot of people consider one of the, if not the best team in the league, Team NSYNC. And you guys quite dominated them, or just won against them 2 times in a row against Team NSYNC. So I know it was you, Coffeeville, and it was you, Coffeeville, and Q. Yeah. So you had posted in the Discord that Scrib is back on Scrib is back as a starter or something like that, and then you just mentioned that you're going to be on the Phoenix squad or the Saturn squad, and
Phoenix with Frosty and Illusion.
So we're gonna see Scribble back as a player.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I can't wait to see that, bro, because I know, like, the amount of potential that this Naptown United team, especially Scrib, the amount of skill that he has on his personal level, on his gameplay.
I'll bring up the underscore again.
is phenomenal. Naptown United versus Instinct series. I kept calling Scrib underscore because that was basically his name, but I didn't know it was him playing. Anyhow, but yeah, so I know you guys have a lot of, you have those two teams now hoping for as much success as possible. I think you guys might have brought in a coach, and then you have a lot of stuff within that, but I want to also talk about the scrimmage that you guys had against Blizzard Esports and then Satronics. First of all, the scrimmage that you had against Blizzard Esports, that your team had against Blizzard Esports, I think it was Pink, Kovu, and someone else, I think.
It was probably Pink, Kovu, and Shadow.
Yeah. You guys, that was like a super, super close series. Even Blizzard had to replace one of their substitutes in the middle of the series, but due to him having to leave in the middle of the series, of course, that's a lot of stuff with that. But with you guys playing against Blizzard Esports, bringing them to a game 5, really showing the potential that you guys had. And then the one that turned people's heads is Shadow leaving for Satronics. So who are you replacing Shadow with, and how are you planning to replace Shadow and the chemistry that you guys had?
Shadow, he doesn't really fit into a 3s roster, which I hope he does with his new roster, but he never really fit into a 3s roster. He's kind of more of a ball-first person, which just didn't fit with what we had, so we brought in Chatsu, and then our coach Fellow to try to even it out, because Chatsu's also kind of a ball-first type guy, but he's just higher up.
Alright, that makes sense. And then Naptown United, also one of the best teams in the league, in contention for top 4. I had mentioned a few days ago that there are 11 teams in potential contention for top 4. This is the closest the league has ever been. Actually, ever. Literally ever. So we're excited to see that. Thank you for coming on the podcast, Scrib. Hopefully we can see Naptown United have a success in the league. But next, we're gonna talk with Jamez and Recoil. I know you're Satronics roster. Recoil, I believe you're the captain of all the North American teams for Satronics, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Let me just get this up. All right. So, and then Jamez, the league veteran, Jamez. Oh my goodness. It's good to have you back. You're, of course, I think every single person that's in the league should know who you are by now. League veteran, person that's been in the league since like February, March-ish. Yeah, I mean, you're on the Dynasty, the team called Dynasty. You're a team that everyone was gonna say dominated. You guys really much did start dominating, pretty much. Besides for that reverse sweep, but if it wasn't for you guys, Ice Gaming, and a few more teams, this league would not be where it is today. But excited to have you guys back, and Jamez is going to be competing on Satronics, on Team Satronics. I believe. Are you on Satronics Elite?
Yeah, Satronics Elite. Pretty sure.
Alright, so I can't wait to see you guys play. I mean, I know you played against Blizzard Esports higher roster with Dogot and someone else. You guys ended up winning that series against the new Blizzard Esports upper roster of Blizzard Esports. But you guys are 5-2 in the off season. You're 15-7 in terms of the games, and so that 5-2 record, you guys start out like 0-2 or something, and now you bounce back, you win 5 in a row. That really the amount of the level of gameplay that has increased between your teams, that has increased. The level of gameplay is unbelievable. From seeing mid-low champ gameplay to seeing to seeing like GC1, GC2 gameplay in about a week and a half. So this Satronic squad, we said it in the beginning when you guys came in. You guys are here to win, but what is your guys' mindset going into the season?
Win, and then win more.
Never lose a game.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have probably the second or third largest fan base in the league, in Satronics, probably. Second or third largest fan base in the league. Probably third. You guys have the support behind you. The consistency is there. I can't wait to see you guys. Oh, and congratulations to you guys getting your first win on the main stream a few days ago against Naptown United. But yeah, so moving on to the next topic. You have a lot of scrimmages upcoming. Your two teams. I know you guys played Blizzard. You might want to. I think y'all want to get the rematch with the main roster of Blizzard Esports. And then you guys are, I know InSync might want to play you guys, and then there are some other teams like AEG, maybe Lucid and Waterfox that are also trying to play you guys as well. Even Lunar wants to play you guys. Brody, I talked with Brody on the stream yesterday, and he had actually said that he wants to face Jamez the most, besides for Koalabear, and he wants to see how good Jamez has gotten in the league with his new team. So, Jamez, would you be down for a show match, televised rematch with Brody?
I mean, I don't mind winning again.
You guys have played each other 2 times before in the league. One of them was the infamous reverse sweep against you and Swayze. And Brody had really gotten, like, he was super hyped about that. He wants to rematch you guys again against that Dynasty. But you guys had met again in the regular season of Season 4, and then you guys have beaten them in the regular season of Season 4. But now Season 7, a complete, 3 seasons later, 3 Blizzard Esports titles later, and so many teams later, and you guys are yet to face Brody. I really would like to see you guys face Brody and to see how that pans out. But
I mean, easy. That's all I can say.
Missing or Rainy, we gotta get a stream on that. we're gonna have to get a stream. I can post it in the Discord. The biggest rivalry in league history was between Jamez and James's Dynasty and Brody's Ice Gaming. So we have to see a big one on that. So I know you guys want success as quick as possible in the league. We're going to have a confirmed 16-game season. Thank you for coming into the premiere. Thank you, Scrib, Jamez, Recoil, and Koalabear for coming into the interview. And thank you for everyone that watched this live as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I said this for the 3rd time, so I guess it's time to say goodbye.